Merry Bowl season, everyone. I'm Brett Gibbons with thelines.com, and today we're breaking down the Tax Act Texas Bowl between Texas Tech and Ole Miss. Say that 10 times fast. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the Lines YouTube channel as we're here breaking down all 41 bowl games and the national championship game this postseason. But the Texas Bowl, Ole Miss, a 3.5-point favorite over Texas Tech. This game kicks Wednesday, December 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern, so you're going to have to stay up late for that, maybe grab a cup of coffee. It's aired on ESPN. It's got a point total of 71. This whole day has been filled with high point totals. We're going to see a lot of points scored here. Or will we? We'll get into it. This game is played at Energy Stadium in Houston. It's a dome stadium. You don't have to worry about weather here. Not that Houston sees too much adverse weather, but, rain and such, but it is indoors, controlled environment. So Texas Tech, without maybe their best player on their whole roster, Tyree Wilson. He's injured. He's an excellent player. He's headed to the NFL draft, but he's hurt. He probably wouldn't play in this game even if he was returning next season. Ole Miss, I don't love how they closed out the season. They lost their last 3 games outright. 4 of their last 5 they dropped the ball on. I was burned multiple times on trying to bet Ole Miss down the stretch here, as I was pretty convinced that they were good. And it turns out they just don't perform that well against tougher competition. Does Texas Tech kind of classifies the same tough competition as LSU? No, they don't, but they're a good team. They're a pretty decent team here. This line opened with Ole Miss favored by 3.5 points. That was actually bet down to 3, but as soon as it hit 3, it saw buyback. So that's telling me that the market is like, maybe we'll take a flyer on Texas Tech on this half, but we're not confident in it as to move the line through 3, which is a key betting figure in football. So make sure if you do see a 2.5 pop, that means that there is a big shift in implied win probability here for both teams. Texas Tech, they run the most plays per game in the nation. Ole Miss runs the 6th most plays per game in the nation. That's probably why we're seeing this high point total, and both defenses are, they're fine. But Ole Miss, they run the heck out of the ball. That's their go-to. They're not a run-exclusive team, but when you have Quinshon Judkins, and Zach Evans in your backfield, you're going to give it to your playmakers, and they've been extremely successful running the football all year long. You think Texas Tech, historically we think air raid or we think a high passing rate. And if you just look at the season as a whole, yeah, you're right. But they've also gone through a quarterback carousel, And now that Tyler Shuck is back, they actually run the ball quite a bit more. And they actually run it with Shuck himself a bit. They've been rushing at a 54% clip over the last 3 games. And each of those 3 games, that's exactly when Shuck came back into the lineup as a starter. And all of a sudden, they're starting to run him and run the offense a little bit more cleanly and lean into their run game a little bit more. So I think that they're going to run the football against Ole Miss a little bit more. Because of this expected to be run-heavy game, you're also looking at early down EPA and early down success rates. Not ideal for either team. Texas Tech is 80th in the nation. Ole Miss is 62nd, and that is a product of handing the football off, getting stuff for a yard, getting stuff for 2 yards, rushing on first down, our favorite thing in the world. The other problem, too, is that Ole Miss is 99th in the country in red zone scoring. They're below 80% in converting scores there. And that does have to do with the offense being a little bit more aggressive and going for it inside that red zone on 4th down a bit more and maybe not converting all the time. But it's still concerning that you're looking at 99% or a 99th ranking in red zone scoring. And then on the other side, Texas Tech is 99th themselves in 3rd down conversion rate. So they're getting into 3rd downs and they're not converting them, which is a big problem. Now you're starting to find this. You're starting to piece this together. You're saying heavy run, even though they run a lot of plays. They're not super successful altogether on 1st and 2nd down. Texas Tech cannot convert 3rd downs. Ole Miss can't convert in the red zone. I'm starting to look maybe under 71. Am I getting too under happy? Maybe. But I do like the unders. I believe the under is a better play here. And again, 71 points, that's quite a bit. When you look at Ole Miss track meets that they've gotten into, you say, well, they've gotten into a few track meets. You're right. But it's really only when they lose. They have 2 wins this season that went over 62 total points. That was against Vanderbilt, 128th in EPA per play allowed, and against Auburn, 105th EPA per rush allowed. So these are against bad defenses. Tech is about average in rushing success rate and EPA allowed. So we're not talking about some non-existent defense, right? They're not playing against a North Carolina or a Vanderbilt level defense here. I think Tech will be able to put enough resistance to keep this game within reason, not get into that 45-38 kind of track meet here. Again, you might sweat this one out a little bit because of the pace of play. It might be first down, and this under is cooked. Again, Ole Miss struggle in the red zone. Texas Tech struggles on late downs and just a run-heavy script. I think I'm going under 71 in this game. So hop on over to our Discord server where you can connect with over 4,000 sports betting fans, get live updates in our college football server there. You're talking opt-outs, transfers, injuries, coaching changes, coordinator changes, anything that I think is pertinent for people to know for bowl season. And also our community is awesome there. It's very active this time of year. You can get in, discuss bets, see what everyone else in our Discord there is betting. A lot of helpful things in there. Like, I'm not the only one providing info. There's a ton of information being put in there to make everyone in there a more successful bettor. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Lines YouTube channel for daily bowl videos just like this one, and comment what side you lean in this game. Are you maybe taking the points on the plus side of 3 with Texas Tech? Or no, Ole Miss is just way too good. Texas Tech isn't good enough to put Ole Miss in kind of a precarious situation here. But let me know in the comments. Let me know on Twitter at Road to CFB. And thanks as always for watching. I'm Brett Gibbons, and have a very merry bowl season.